Hey guys, this is PhilosopherKing once again to bring you an Advanced OU battle, and this time my opponent is named Torino. Maybe you're after the movie Gran Torino. I'm not sure, but it was my first time playing him, and I thought it was an entertaining battle. But I'll let you decide. So here we go. I lead Salamence, he leads Swampert. As you probably know by this point, my Salamence is Choice Banded, but it doesn't matter. Most perks contain Ice Beam. So I'm going to be getting out of here. Go to my Cloyster, which is a great Swampert answer, and he's going to be forced to switch here because nothing you can do could possibly hurt my Cloyster, which gives me the opportunity to spike up, which I proceed to do so. Brings in Magneton. Stab Thunderbolt would definitely kill the Cloyster, so I'm pretty sure I'm switching out here, and I bring in my Swampert. Shows me Hidden Power, which does neutral damage, and if that was grass it would have been great on my opponent, but because it's ice, it doesn't really help him. So he gives me information on what hidden powers Magneton has. Brings in Gyarados on the pert. I roar it out, and that brings Magneton in, and he switches into his pert, and so yeah, I don't like being pert on pert, so I bring my Cloyster once again. Starts cursing up, so it's a curse pert. However, I just proceed to spike up here, and normally I'd switch here. I don't want him to get, normally I wouldn't want him to get +3 with curse, or +4, +5, +6, or whatever. But I have a reason staying here to spike up, and after 3 layers of spikes, I let everyone know why. I have a Gengar, and curse pert, no matter how much it boosts up, usually cannot hit the Gengar. So yeah, all he has is Ice Beam or whatever water type move he might have. So I go for Giga Drain, does a ton. He's not going to win that battle. He knows that. Goes into Magneton to answer the Gengar, and that's a pretty good answer. Giga Drain doesn't do anything. So yeah, I'm going to switch out, go to Pert once again. It's a Rest Magneton, which means it might have Sleep Talk. Almost certainly has Sleep Talk. You don't really put Rest on a Pokemon unless you have Sleep Talk. So I go for Hydro Pump, anticipating the Gyarados switch. I thought it would do more, which is why I went for it instead of switching. But it doesn't work out. And instead of going to, instead of roaring him out, I proceed to take a direct approach and go for Salamence, which takes Hidden Power 29%. Decided to go for Rock Slide, which would kill the Gyarados almost certainly, but Spikes plus Rock Slide almost knock out the Pert, so that's good for me. And I could stay in here, however, if I missed the Rock Slide, Ice Beam would have a chance of killing my Salamence. So yeah, I go to the safe switch, go to Cloyster, but he rests up, so maybe he has Sleep Talk also, but he doesn't, he just has Rest. So I take that chance to bring my Gengar, go for Giga Drain, and once again he brings in the Magneton to answer. Now, I could see him bringing Gyarados in here, and so I decided to go for Thunderbolt, because the Magneton's asleep, so why not? It may have Rest Talk, and it may Thunderbolt me, but it may switch into Gyarados, so I take the risk. Anticipating the Gyarados switch. Doesn't work out. He just uses Sleep Talk, and I get hit by Hidden Power Ice. Yeah, so at this point, I'm not comfortable staying in, so I just go to Pert, who I should have gone to originally. Resist the Thunderbolt. And, however, now I see him bringing Gyarados once again, like he did before. So, I take the risk a second time, and proceed to switch to Gengar. And yep, it works out. So second time's the charm, I suppose. I see him switching out here, but I decided just to go for Thunderbolt anyway, and that's what I do. He switches to Magneton. He survives the Thunderbolt, but the Spikes damage plus the Thunderbolt put him within kill range for my Gengar, and so I go for Thunderbolt, and so we get a 6-5 lead for me. Brings in Snorlax. I could go for Will-O-Wisp and risk missing, but I decided to play it safe. I tend to do that, and go to my Cloyster. And since I have 3 spikes up, or 3 layers of spikes up, Cloyster is pretty much useless other than taking hits, so I decided to explode here. He curses up, which allows him to probably survive, but even at +1 with the curse, he's definitely within kill range for my Salamence. And because he's so low on health, I don't even have to go for Brick Break. I could go for Hidden Power Flying, which is a better move, because if he switches to Gyarados, Hidden Power Flying will not be resisted by that Gyarados as Brick Break would. So I go for Hidden Power Flying, knocks out the Snorlax, so we're at a 5-4 game. Shows me Aerodactyl. If that's a Choice Band, it's gonna hurt my Salamence, probably kill it. So I bring in my Swampert, and it Double Edge does a ton, so it lets me know it definitely is Choice Banded, but it's locked in a Double Edge. He switches, I go for Hydro Pump, it misses. That miss didn't really matter since he switched. Gyarados would have absorbed it pretty well like last time. So I go for Salamence again. I take a Hidden Power in the process. So I decide to go for Rock Slide again, and Swampert's in to absorb that. So I got to switch once again. We're kind of playing a prediction game at this point, if you haven't noticed. But anyway, he's asleep, so I take that opportunity to bring in my Gengar. I'm deciding whether to go for Thunderbolt or Giga Drain. Thunderbolt would, on a switch to Gyarados, almost possibly kill it, but Giga Drain does neutral damage on anything he has left. So unless, well, he still hasn't shown me that last poke, so it might, but whatever. I decided to go for Giga Drain. It's probably the best option, and I do. I take out the Swampert. If Aerodactyl has Rock Slide, my Gengar is probably going to get killed, so I get out of there. It shows me Hidden Power. It's probably Flying, maybe even Rock, but either way, my Jirachi resists it. He's locked into a move that's my Jirachi resists. So I proceed to go for Wish to heal my Salamence. Shows me the last poke, which is Dugtrio. And normally he would win this confrontation. However, because I used Wish, it's going to cancel out any damage he did. And now he can take. It's going to take 2 Earthquakes to kill, and he's not going to get that opportunity to do that since he's so low on health after the last Psychic. So I should win this, barring no critical hits. And that doesn't happen, so I get Jirachi as the victor. So now he just has Gyarados and Aerodactyl left, and I want to preserve the health of my pokes left, Gengar and Swampert, which are my Gyarados and Aerodactyl answers. And so I decided to fire off my Jirachi to keep them those 2 answers from taking any more damage than they have to. So 4-2 game right now. Now it's a decision whether to bring Pert or Gengar in. Swampert would be an Aerodactyl answer, but if he switches to Gyarados, it wouldn't be very good. So since Gengar's an answer to both, I choose Gengar. And Aerodactyl is going to get a free hit because it's faster, but I'm almost certainly going to survive and go for Thunderbolt. I'm surprised it didn't KO. Unfortunately for him, he gets a Paralysis hacks, and that's unfortunate. However, I don't think it was crucial hacks, meaning I don't think it decided the game either way. It's going to make it taking out the Aerodactyl easier, but as far as game changing, no, because I could bring in my Pert after he would have killed my Gengar, and yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Anyway, I go for Thunderbolt because I'm faster. He proceeds to Dragon Dance up, because at this point, that's his only hope of winning. Could switch here, but I don't want to give him the opportunity to Dragon Dance up again. So I decide to go for Thunderbolt. That's what happens. Don't know what my opponent was going to do, whether he was going to attack or use Dragon Dance. But anyway, I win 4-0. That's the final score. I thought this was a pretty entertaining battle. Maybe not a good battle, but it was definitely not a bad battle. I am certain of that. So I expect some likes in the like bar. But if you really want me to provide better content, or you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. And why not subscribe? I mean, what do you have to lose? Until next time, however, this is PhilosopherKing signing out.